This breakdown from a Media Studies knowledge booklet tracks the industry impact of Katy Perry's Roar, a song that had already surpassed 1.7 billion views on YouTube by early 2017. The track locked Perry into a dominant stretch of the 2010s pop landscape, backed by a 15 times platinum certification and a Diamond Award in the US. Its cultural reach peaked on February 1, 2015, at Super Bowl XLIX. Perry opened the halftime show atop a giant mechanical lion, performing for 118 million people, a television audience record that stood for nearly a decade. To the public, Roar is a neon-soaked, emoji-filled spectacle. It's a kitschy anthem about swinging on jungle vines and finding the eye of the tiger. But that bright exterior is a shell. This upbeat track grew out of intense emotional trauma, personal distress, and realizations made during clinical therapy. In early 2013, Perry was processing a painful divorce from comedian Russell Brand. She wrote the song after a period of therapy, later admitting she was tired of keeping her feelings inside and failing to speak up. She brought that vulnerability to the studio and shared it with co-writer Bonnie McKee, who was navigating her own emotional crisis. McKee was struggling in an abusive professional situation. She described herself as a people pleaser who had spent years taking orders, until the frustration of fulfilling other people's wishes finally hit a breaking point. The challenge for the production team was structural. How do you take two writers' raw, therapeutic pain and engineer it into a campy, billion-dollar pop product? This is the kind of professional environment where that transformation took place. Elite recording studios in California and Sweden, equipped with the high-end mixing consoles needed for a global hit. The song was built by a massive production team, but its musical skeleton was largely the work of legendary pop producer Max Martin. For a structural blueprint, the writers looked toward historic empowerment anthems. They leaned into the imagery of the Rocky film franchise, pulling the Eye of the Tiger reference directly from the screen. They also drew inspiration from Helen Reddy's 1972 feminist anthem, I Am Woman, specifically borrowing the Hear Me Roar hook to anchor the song's message. McKee applied her specific philosophy of using one-word titles. She believed a single, bold word like roar provided a simple hook and a sturdy concept that felt clean and impactful. Despite the eventual flashy packaging, the foundation was built with absolute earnestness. The team treated the theme of personal survival as a serious subject, but Perry realized that if both the song and the visual were heavy, the message might be too difficult for a mass audience to absorb. She opted for a lighter delivery system. The production team chose the Los Angeles County Arboretum, seen here, as the location for a sprawling, Tarzan-inspired jungle music video. The video leans into absurdity. Perry survives a plane crash, makes friends with a monkey, and eventually uses a toothbrush she salvaged from the wreckage to clean a crocodile's teeth. The scale of the shoot drew scrutiny from PETA over the use of exotic animals, though Perry obtained a letter from the American Humane Association confirming that representatives were on set and no animals were harmed. This kitsch strategy reached its logical end at the Super Bowl, where she performed alongside a giant mechanical tiger made of metallic vinyl flames and the now famous left shark. The visual absurdity worked as a delivery mechanism. The neon jungle and the mechanical tigers made the serious, therapeutic themes of resilience universally accessible. Upon release, the song faced immediate media friction. Critics accused Perry of plagiarizing the piano melody and empowerment themes of Sarah Bareilles' track Brave. Bareilles eventually ended the drama, stating that there was no beef between them and that music shouldn't be treated as a competition. There were other minor spats too, like a disagreement with producer Dylan Francis over whether the lyric video's use of emojis and text messages was an original idea. These industry controversies failed to slow the song's momentum. The core message of recovery was too resonant to be derailed by gossip. The song's footprint remains visible long after the platinum plaques have been hung. Max Martin later recalled a moment that changed his perspective on the song's true power. He watched a video of an entire children's hospital staff singing Roar to the patients. It was a reminder that the song had moved beyond the studio to become a genuine tool for survival in the real world. That connection works because of a specific friction. The lyrics carry the weight of a therapy session, but the sound has the buoyancy of a cartoon. Moore suggests that the most effective way to share profound human vulnerability is often through a perfectly executed pop spectacle.